In this video, I want to go through the Power BI updates for the month of April 2021, covering some of my favorite features like adding the Power Automate visual in Power BI and also the new Charticulator custom visual. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name is Fernan and welcome to the Solutions Abroad YouTube channel where I focus on teaching beginners the wonderful world that is Power BI. I upload new videos every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when a new one is out. The first item in the list is the new Power Automate visual that they added in Power BI. If you don't know yet, Power Automate is a very powerful tool that lets you automate repetitive tasks on a regular basis. And at the moment, I use Power Automate outside of Power BI, which allows me to send subscription emails of reports to people outside of my organization. And now with this new addition of the Power Automate visual within Power BI reports, it means that you won't even need to come out of Power BI in order to trigger automations using Power Automate, which is really powerful. And this month they've also introduced some advanced padding controls for your small multiples charts, which gives you some more flexibility when working with small multiples. And also in addition to that, they've also extended small multiples to work with combo charts as well. So it's great to see that this small multiples feature is expanding to more visuals. They've increased the range of shapes that you can include in your Power BI reports as well in Power BI Desktop. So if you remember before, you had some kind of basic shapes. Now you have some more selection of shapes and some formatting options available to you. So the new formatting options include things like having the ability to add text within your shapes, adding shadows, glows, rounded edges, and they've also added one of my favorite ones, which is text rotation, which you weren't able to do for a very long time in Power BI Desktop. So I'm quite glad that this is available now as a formatting option. Another small thing that they improved is the maximization of the shapes within the containers. So if you noticed working with shapes before, the containers, or rather the lines for your shapes, don't quite align with the containers that you draw on your reports. But now it looks like they've fixed that, and before it was such a nightmare to try and align my different shapes together. So this is a welcome addition, even if it's such a basic one. They're also including the ability to invert values on certain charts. So we have the bar chart, the line, column, area, and combo charts. So the inverting value essentially means you are able to show the values. If it's positive, you can show them going down, or if they're negative, going up. And this month they've included the ability to connect to perspectives when making a direct query connection to Azure Analysis services. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know that this was a limitation for the perspectives. So it's good to know that it's available for you if you are using this kind of model. If you didn't know what perspectives are and how they work, I covered it in a separate video by itself, so check it out if you haven't yet. They've added a new optional parameter on the CROSSFILTER function, which allows you to handle the flow of your filters within your many-to-many relationships. So you can choose between left flows to right or vice versa. They've made some performance improvements with how the if and switch functions work within DAX. If you're using this quite often, maybe you will see some performance improvements, but if you're a beginner, this probably won't be of use to you. However, if you want to know how to use the if and switch functions in DAX, I again covered that in a separate video, so check it out if you haven't yet. It's super simple to use. Extracting data from text or CSV via examples is now generally available in Power BI Desktop. So this feature allows you to extract data using examples by typing it. Power BI uses some clever algorithm to try to understand how it should extract the data and in what format. Auto-detecting tables within Excel files is also now generally available. What that means is if you have an Excel sheet with multiple tables within it, Power BI using the text by example will give you some suggested tables based on what it thinks that you have in that sheet. So if you have multiple tables within one sheet, it will show it to you as a list within the suggested tables. Now with this extracting data through examples, they've also mentioned the fact that you are now able to flatten JSON files, JSON structures with multiple nested objects within it, within the Power Query. So at the moment, how I do that, I do it through Data Factory, which obviously is a separate entity from Power BI, but now I'm really curious to test this out because it means that I won't need to do that in Data Factory if I can do it in Power BI. They've made some improvements in the report sharing experience. So now when you click the share button, the share options that you have is more in line with how you share Microsoft documents, Word, PowerPoint, Excels, things like this. And what's cool about this new improvement is that it allows you to share reports through links, and with these links you can manage permissions or deactivate them, giving you more flexibility when sharing reports. And finally, the last thing that I wanted to cover is the new Charticulator visual, which if you used it in the past, you're able to create custom visuals in their web app and then import that into Power BI. But now with this new custom visual, you can do all of that directly into Power BI. And I'll probably cover how to use the Charticulator custom visual in one of my future videos. So check it out when it's out. And that's really it for this video. I didn't cover all the changes that happened within this month's Power BI update, but if you're interested in the full list, I'll leave the link to the blog posts in the description box below. Leave a like in this video if it helped you. It's the best way to let me know that you enjoy this type of content. Get in touch using the social media links that are included in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching, guys. See you again on the next one.